What up, y'all? Tina here. Let's talk about Loki Season 2 and what they have to accomplish to be considered a success in the MCU. I'm going to run through 3 major talking points that they have to knock out. Number 1, they have to make Kang a serious threat. In Loki Season 1, we met He Who Remains, and he said there was a terror coming. We love this variant. He got us excited about the future. He broke down the multiversal war, so we were bought in. He broke everything down to a T, so we're invested in He Who Remains. We're also excited to see these other new variants. Now we fast forward to Ant-Man 3. We meet Kang. I personally didn't have an issue with Kang, but I understand why some people did not like this iteration of Kang the Conqueror, because let's just face it, he lost, even though Kang never really loses. In the original ending to Ant-Man 3, Kang was supposed to win. Kang was supposed to jump through that portal, and then his dynasty was supposed to begin. Why they changed the ending? Who knows? That's on Michael Waldron, Jeff Loveness, and Kevin Feige. But I think with Kang losing in that movie, it left a real sour taste in everybody's mouth. So Loki Season 2 cannot afford to drop the ball on Kang, Victor Timely, He Who Remains, or any other variants that may possibly show up. He has to show us some consequences, kind of like Thanos did when he hit the scene. You gotta let us know what you're working with. Number 2, Michael Waldron is off the writing team. I'm sorry, I'm not team Michael Waldron. I don't like his style of writing. So let's hope that the writing is better this season. Number 3, Sylvie. I pray that Sylvie is a better written character this season. Sylvie is probably the worst new woman character introduced in the MCU. And it's not the actress. I just think she's poorly written in comparison to her new counterparts that were introduced. So hopefully we get a better Sylvie this season. On the flip side, the best thing about Loki is they probably have the strongest cast out of all the current MCU TV shows that were introduced. Every character, with the exception of Sylvie, was spot on. All the actors knocked it out of the park. All of the actors were great. Plus, there's some new additions coming for Season 2. We get to meet Ki-Hu Kwan, and also, slight spoiler, Kate Dickie may be playing an older Sylvie variant. So I'm anxious to see how all these new characters fit into the mayhem of Loki Season 2. This is the bad thing about Loki. If they do everything right and they stick the landing, there now becomes a large gap to fill in this story. The Marvels sounds like there may be a small connection, possibly an incursion. We're also potentially going to see the TVA in Deadpool 3, and after that, the way that the slate stands, there's really nothing else connecting to this multiversal saga until we get to Kang Dynasty. Marvel has to find a way to start weaving in these ground level shows and movies into the bigger story really fast and in a very impactful way, or there's going to be continued dissatisfaction. Hopefully this Jonathan Majors case can get dismissed and we can go back to the regularly scheduled program where originally they were going to have him popping up in all these movies and TV shows and projects. So if everything goes perfect, maybe they can start actually working on that plan, and then we can start to feel all this content beginning to bond back together. Because right now, that's the biggest complaint that I see besides the CGI and the writing. Everything feels so disjointed and not cohesive. We got to get everything back on track and everything back together. But that's all I have today. Loki starts this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace out.